Hello Wargamers, welcome back. This is Wargamers on a Budget, episode 10 with Mars. Today we're going to talk about stripping paint off of old miniatures or new miniatures that you didn't like. There's a lot of easy ways to do this, but this is the method that I prefer. But before we start, as always, thank you all to whoever supports Wargamers on a Budget, Wargamers on a Budget's friends, and everything, all the links are all down below as always. After I got that out of the way, let's start on actually how to strip paint from your models. First off, why am I stripping off paint? Well, there's a couple of different reasons. I don't like how it was painted before. I mentioned before that I like painting models, so I love it when I actually have my own colors on it. I mean, sometimes when I have to field models that's not painted by me, I'm okay with that for a little bit, and then I have to strip it and then I have to redo it. That's just the way I am. Another way is because you didn't like the way you painted it before and you want to redo it. I'll show you a couple of examples. Actually today I painted these models, the Blood Angels models, 15 years ago. This is when I first started. So I'm gonna strip away the legacy that I did. I mean, it's not really great painting. You know, I was probably 15 back in the days, and I want to strip them. Well, these are the things that you need to start stripping paint off of your models. Obviously, you need your model, which, however you got it from eBay, you bought it from somebody, from borrowing with somebody. You know, you need a model to strip paint with. I mean, if it's lead, it's better. That's because I think it's easier to clean off paint from lead or metal models. I guess I shouldn't say lead. Metal models are easier to strip paint from. And then there's also plastic models. It doesn't matter which models you have. Second, you will need a container. Any type of container, used container, as long as it has a lid. I prefer with lid because I am very clumsy. I step on things, I kick things off of the ground. So if I have a lid on it, at least, you know, the liquid stuff that's on it, it's not gonna get, you know, everywhere, right? And you also need simple green. That's the one that I use. Again, there's a lot of different methods on how to strip paint. I use simple green because I guess it's the safest. I did it for like 24 hours, 48 hours, and paint stripped away really fast. And then all the little details that I need to strip away, I just use an X-Acto knife. So optional, you need an X-Acto knife at the end after you dip in your models in simple green. Okay, so let's start, and I will show you in a different view right now. Like mentioned before, these are all what you need. First of all, you need your models. These are some of my old Blood Angels. Memphis on there, Dante, Corbulo. I still have Tycho and some other stuff, but I don't think it's going to fit in the container. That's the old, this is like second edition stuff. Second edition, what do you call it? Furioso Dreadnought, and then 10 old Terminators. They're like the clunky ones. They're all metal, and actually they're all lead. Make sure that after you're handling lead, like these, if you want to wear gloves, you can, but if you don't, like I do, because I hate wearing gloves, wash your hand before you touch your face or anything else. So make sure you do that. There's a couple of chop-ins over here. Okay, so what you need is your models, a container that will fit all these models, and this is the magical stuff, simple green. I know in Costco they probably have like bigger bottles and stuff, but I couldn't find it at the time, and these are about $3-4 bucks each. So shame on me for getting one of these, but I should have gotten the bigger ones. But I'm guessing that this one bottle is enough for 2 batches of that. I don't know, we'll see. So this is what we're gonna do. Take off the simple green, put this somewhere safe. You can probably use the bottle for something else later on. Container that's deep enough to fit all those models. I usually put the models first and then the simple green after. All of them into one. Oh, make sure you take off all the bases first, and whatever that's detachable, just detach it. You just gotta figure out where to put them later. Since I don't really care on how the paint would look like, I mean on like how the paint is gonna strip from right now, so I just put everything in. But if you can see, this is the way that I painted long time ago. It's really, really bad. I mean, I was 15. What else can I do, right? And Dreadnought going in. I can't take it apart, so I'm just gonna try to do it this way. No, actually, I gotta try to take it apart. It's bad. Woo! That's the head part. Oh my god! This is some really, really strong glue that I put on a long time ago. I think I just broke one. I'll just have to attach it later. That one's okay. So, put everything in there. Once you're done with it, simple green it away. Make sure everything is submerged inside. Probably shouldn't have touched it with my hand, but again, I don't like wearing gloves. Now what I like to do is covering it, as I told you, so nobody touches it and it doesn't, you don't have that simple green smell everywhere. Cover the simple green back and just leave it there 24 hours or 48 hours. As soon as you're done with it, actually I'll just show you what you do afterwards. The paint will actually almost just strip away by itself. So that's all you got to do. Submerge them in simple green. Wait for it for about 24 to 48 hours. And I will get back to you probably tomorrow or in 2 days, right after the paint is already stripped. Okay, now you already have your miniatures like inside the simple green right here. I actually waited for mine for like about 48 hours. You're not supposed to do it that long. 24 hours usually is enough, but I was out playing Necromunda yesterday the whole day, so I don't have time to film this. So this is after 48 hours of dipping in the simple green. You want to do it like in an area like kitchen sink should be good. Make sure that everything else is clear. Make sure you put a plug over here so none of your miniature is gonna fall down inside, the trash compactor. So just leave it here. Some people would actually just throw away all the simple green right away and then start scrubbing them. The way that I like to do it, I just take out the model and scrub it, because just in case that the paint isn't stripping off of the miniatures, I can always come back and dip it in and then leave it for another 24 hours or something like that. Another tool that I forgot to mention is you're going to need an old toothbrush. Just use any type of toothbrushes you have so you can just brush it off. And also wear goggles, because it's going to splatter everywhere, sort of. So if you wear glasses, that's okay. Try to keep the simple green out of your eyes. I know it's safe to touch and everything, but if it hurts your eyes, I'm not sure what's going to happen with your eyes. So make sure that safety's first. So you need an old toothbrush and the goggles to strip the paint. And just pick any of the models and just try to scrub them. As you can see, some of the paint is stripping away pretty easily. I have a lot of models in here, so it's going to take me a while to do this. If it's not stripping that well, might as well just actually dip it in and leave it for another 24 hours. I don't know how long. Like, I don't have an exact time for you to put it in. So far, my experience, 24 hours is enough for metal models. I've never really tried plastic models yet. If you have any suggestion for plastic models, please let me know. And some areas, like the joints over there, is really, really easy to get into. So what I usually do is I use the X-Acto knife to remove it after everything is dried out. What I like to do after I finish stripping him off, I actually lay him out on like some kind of towel and leave it out there. Actually, I wash him with water first and then leave him on that towel, let it air dry, but not in the sun, because it's gonna get hot and then some of them get deformed and everything. So leave them on a towel to absorb the moisture and then just leave it overnight again. So it takes about 3 days to fully strip something like a paint off of a miniature. I mean, it's a lengthy process, but it's a pretty simple process. you just have to be patient and, you know, not rush things, because same thing with painting miniatures. If you rush things, usually it doesn't come out that good. Again, like I mentioned, I'm going to use these models as models for SoCal SmackDown competition, painting competition. So I'm hoping at least I would win some kind of prize. Hopefully the airbrush kit. But this is the way that I strip my paint from the miniatures. If you have any other methods, please let me know. You know, just comment down below. And that's it. So now you have learned on how to strip paint off of your models. You know, you can repaint these now. You can even resell them, but make sure you put, you know, paint are stripped. Don't try to push it off as like, oh, this is brand new. Please don't do that. That's just gonna ruin the market. And you know, if you have any other methods, please post them down below, video response, whichever you want. I would actually love to see what you can do, you know, what different methods to actually strip paint off of your model. Thanks again for watching Wargamers on a Budget episode 10. This is Mars. Comment, like, or subscribe down below as always. You know, add me on Twitter. You know, I'm open to chat, so just talk to me. If you have any other ideas for my channel, that would be awesome. And again, this is Mars. Talk to you later.